in any case, we are talking about the increasing of the Russian territorial control of other countries, whether we could call it the rebirth of Russian Empire or Soviet Empire, or the creation of a different kind of empire. But Putin is thinking in terms of taking control over territories. Now, this is kind of usual for both Russian Empire, which existed prior to 1918 and which with years took control of new territories, or with the attempts of the Soviet Union, mainly during the Stalin's time, to take control over other neighboring countries. Indeed, the Soviet Union, which is a huge country and which has a lot of neighbors, managed to take at least a piece of territory from every neighbor, literally. There is no neighbor from which Soviet Union did not take a piece of territory. So mentally, the Russia or Putin thinks in that expansion, territorial expansion, is the only way to become stronger and stronger and stronger, and to compete with, first of all and primarily, United States, although the expansion takes place in Europe. I think the short lesson would be that what's happening is not happening by chance, that this is just a beginning of realization of a major problem which Russia has to take control of other countries, that Putin is not planning to stop, that Putin is not able to stop, that Putin is not able to understand that other world, other countries is not able to agree with his demands. And I think it's also important to understand that this is not Putin alone, that the problem is much bigger, because we are dealing with the state security, the FSB, which took control of the country in 2000. And these people are actually not able to coexist with the other worlds, right? That's the only way they see their existence as if they control everything, and that's what they sincerely trying to achieve, because they sincerely believe that otherwise they would not be able to manage to exist, to stay alive. In a certain extent, when we look at Putin and think that what Russia is doing is something absolutely irrational and maybe even crazy, we have to remember that that's how things started to develop in 1917, when communists took power and when the theory of world revolution was not just created, it was created many years ago, but when for the first time a country was trying to organize a world revolution. So what having everybody under the control of one particular group, the world leadership of communists. So in some extent we are facing the same problem with Putin, only without communist ideology, because from Putin's point of view, the reason why the Communist Party failed is because it was limited with ideology. So Putin is trying to reach the same goals, at the same time not tying itself with the frames of ideology, with the limits of ideology. By now, he knows that he is conducting a major war. He did not plan to do so in February of 22, but we have to say that when Hitler started the World War on 1st of September 39, he didn't know that he was starting the Second World War. So the fact that Putin was not planning to have a major war does not mean that we will avoid it. But this is, of course, our goal, to avoid it, and I think this is the main purpose of this book, to explain that in order to stop the Third World War, or in order to stop the spreading of this war into classical World War, we need to stop Putin.